True, it can happen to you. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Ned over My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD, coming at you from Dumaguete City, here on the island of Negros in the Philippines. Area code 6200 for anybody trying to get a hold of our fan club. All right, so I just did a 15-minute live stream by myself. For some reason, the stream key wasn't set up on YouTube. So I was basically sitting here looking at the camera, talking into the microphone to myself for the past 15 minutes. Talking to myself is something I seem to be doing more and more of as time goes on. I think we're on day, 120 of quarantine? I'm not sure. It's all starting to blend into the next. It's crazy. It's insane. But the bottom line is we are well, we are alive, we are continuing on, and we actually have good news. The quarantine in Negros has loosened up a little bit, and restaurants are now allowed to have dine-in diners. They're only at 30% capacity, and they have to get licensed and overviewed by the government. So our favorite restaurant, Easteria, where we get our pizza, is not yet open for dine-in because there's a big difference. There's a big difference in dining in with pizza, hot piping pizza fresh out of the oven, and going and picking it up and bringing it back to the house. And by the time I get back to the house, it's kind of cool. It's kind of soggy. And I mean, the best thing you can hope to do for it is to put it in the microwave, which will only further gooify it. All right, but enough of that. So we are well. The only bad thing happening right now is the little cat that we found out, the little kitten that we found outside of our gate, abandoned by its mother. Come to find out she's deaf. And one of the main reasons that mother cats will abandon kittens is because they are deaf. But she is deathly ill. She had a horrible ear infection. She has vestibular, all kinds of stuff going on. So she's actually at cat hospital right now. Speaking of which, Super Chat is open. Anybody wishing to donate to our kitten rescue fund, please feel free, because that set me back about 5,000 pesos. 5,000 pesos. Speaking of money, speaking of pesos, speaking of the Philippines, when we all come to the Philippines, and when we all came to the Philippines, and we're all expected to come to the Philippines at some point, we all have a Philippine dream. Back in November of 2013, when I was still a wet behind the ear adventurer, much like I am now, except I'm a wet behind the ear misadventurer, I had my own personal Philippine dream. And that Philippine dream consisted of buying a Honda XR2 motocross enduro, driving through the picturesque, scenic jungle trails of the mountains, and living in, this is important, this is what the video is about, a beautiful townhouse on a white sand beach in the Philippines, faced by turquoise water, sunsets, mermaids, and beautiful brown babes wherever you looked. That was my dream. Of course, when I came here, my dreams were kind of dashed upon the sad rocks of reality, realizing that a big motorcycle isn't very practical for living in the Philippines if you're going to stay here long term, and that finding a nice townhouse on a white sand beach in the Philippines is pretty much, as a rental, is pretty much next to impossible unless you're wanting to spend about 140 to 180,000 pesos per month for that. All right. So, rentals. The last 3 videos I put up had to do with house rentals. I'm still looking for the perfect place. I'm still trying to fulfill my dream to find the perfect 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with screens, security grates, nice rooms, well painted, well maintained, decent yard for the animals to be running around, something that Zoe can, enjoy and grow into and all that stuff over time. A rental, because I'm not looking to buy just yet. I will buy at some point, but not right now. So this house hunt has been going on for a long time. This house hunt has been going on. And I've been sharing it. Whenever I get a chance, if I'm looking at a place, I'll say, hey, can you mind if I do a video? And then I'll video it and I'll put it up and people will give their feedback and stuff. And the more expensive the place is, the more heated the discussion and the comments are in the comment section. People, the more, like, for example, this past house, the last video I did was 35,000. It was 700 USD a month. It was like a 4-bedroom. And people got really upset about that. And I can understand why they got upset about that, because 35,000 pesos for a place like that is a little much. Also, the other two places that I had done, the first one was a 25,000 peso house per month. It was 3-bedroom, 2-bath. When I got there, it looked good. The neighborhood was decent. It was in a quiet area. It also had PLDT fiber access. But the cabinetry in the kitchen was gone. So you had all these exposed pipes. The paint was peeling. It was grimy. They had them, rake the yard. I mean, just the basic stuff. It just wasn't worth 25,000. If it was in perfect condition, and everything had been done, they had done the renovations and made it presentable, maybe like 17, 18. The other place that I did, and this was when I was coming back from doing that one, was a 23,000 peso apartment. It was only a 2-bedroom, but it had all the new furnishings. It was immaculate. It was presented well. It was a beautifully landscaped compound. It was gorgeous. And I thought that one was worth 20. If someone is looking for that type of experience with all brand new appliances and everything furnished for 23,000 pesos a month, that's not bad. And I don't think it's a lease. I think you can do month to month at that location. The last place was the 35,000 peso, 700 USD per month. That's the one I checked out for Brian. After seeing the video, he was amenable to it, so he put a deposit down. But he's in Cebu, and he just found out that they are back on. They've been returning to the highest level of quarantine because they're having more outbreaks over there. So he's not coming over here. So we're going to try to get the money back for that. Hopefully that will pan out. And I can understand that, because when people are coming here, the vast majority of people that are coming to the Philippines to retire, to live here long term, are on a limited budget. They're on, they get Social Security in the United States. They have pensions from work, from military. So they have a limited amount of money that they're, looking to spend per month on rent, on utilities, on all that stuff. Plus, the more money you save on rent, the more money you can spend on beer and general carousing, which is also another great pastime here in the Philippines. So I can understand why people get bent out of shape about that. My dream is continuing on. I am still looking for the perfect place. At some point, I'm sure I'll find it. I'm in no rush. Where I'm at right now is okay. We have a 2-bedroom house. It's it used to be a quiet neighborhood. Now we have barking dogs. But we have PLDT fiber. It's a safe neighborhood. Everybody knows everybody in this neighborhood. It's in a cul-de-sac. So when a stranger comes, the dogs all go crazy. I've never heard of any crime in this area. So it's okay for now while we're still looking for our other location. So that's basically it. At some point, once I get my motivation back and my wherewithal and my focus and all that stuff, I'm going to be doing like a video, the definitive guide to house hunting, rentals, or whatever in the Philippines. And I'm going to be going over all the things that I've learned from my own personal experience and the things that I've learned from other people with their own personal experiences. For example, this one recently, if you're renting in an apartment complex, don't rent the top floor apartment, even if you think you're in a penthouse, because the guy was telling me what his electricity costs were for his air conditioning, and it was almost as much as he was paying for his rent in the apartment. So don't do that. So I'm going to be doing that at some point. In the meantime, we're still doing our day-to-day here. We're making the most of life. We're probably going to do another music video at some point. We enjoy doing that. Or at least I enjoy doing that. I'm kind of dragging her down with my limited ability on the guitar compared to her singing ability. But we'll got to do something like that. So let's go to the comments. So that's basically the gist of this video. This is done. So if you've been watching it, you can stop watching it now. I'm just going to be looking at the comments. Be checking the comments and responding to some of those. Golden Rich is here. Hey, Des Rosario, Bill, Des Exnelio, Bill Pruitt. Bill says, 3-bed, 2-bath. Good luck finding one for rent. Cheaper in the long run just to build what you want. You're married now, bro. Have some more options. Actually, somebody I know, his name is Dave. I'll just say the last letter of his last name, Dave W. did an exhaustive reporting. He actually set up a website, marriedtoafilipina.com or something like that. It's a blog. It's his experiences building from scratch in the Philippines. And after reading his experience and after seeing other people's experiences and hearing about their experiences, building ground, just buying a lot and then building what they want. I don't know about that, man. I'm scared after seeing all those people's experiences doing that, getting the bare lot and then building from scratch. And again, we're okay where we are now. Our rent used to be $8,000, which is $160 a month. Our rent is now $200 a month. That's cheap. That's cheap as chips. And again, with the situation being what it is now, it's not like we can go gallivanting out and around and stuff. So it works. Golden Rich has an Xbox One and a PS4. Congratulations. I've been doing Diablo 3. So that's about it. Excuse me. Hope everybody is well, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that I thought I had been live streaming earlier, and I had basically been talking to myself for 15 minutes? Anyways. Till next time, everybody, puppies, rainbows, and unicorns for all, and 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Perfect house rentals. See you next time on My Philippine Dreams. Peace.